Yes, thank you, and welcome to Man Unveiled. This is our show that we have come to love and appreciate. That through this show, many lives have been transformed, encouraged. Men are beginning to rise up to their place. And our joy is every time we see the man getting restored. I want to come to you in appreciation of you writing to us, calling us, messaging us, just to let us know that we are doing something encouraging. That has really been a blessing to us as your host. We are live on Facebook, live on YouTube, on Elevate TV. I'm your host, Joe Wisdom. Today is a great day. We have a very beautiful topic, and I'm sure that our previous episodes has been a blessing to you. We are talking about the man. And in this case, we have received a complaint from our dear sisters. They are asking, where are these men? They are saying, we are ready for marriage. We are ready for marriage. We want this thing called marriage. We want to settle down. But where are our men? One of them made a joke and said, mimi ni kama my lib ilipikwa supu. So we want to make things clear and have a wonderful panel here. These are men we have seen before. We have shared content here before. A very, very, very resourceful team. Pastor Wamae and Coach Gabriel. I want to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself and tell our viewer what to expect tonight. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir. It's a joy to be here again.
Yes.
Yeah, good evening, our viewers. I trust you're well. We welcome you to the show. My name is William Wamae. I am a pastor with Redeemed Gospel Church in Gatundu town. We welcome you. We enjoy this show as we discuss issues that affect men and see how we're able to get solutions. I want to give a shout out to my wife, Pastor Elizabeth, at home, my son Judah, my daughter Peace, my son Japheth, our church Liberty Center, Redeemed Gospel Church, the Liberty Center in Gatundu, and a shout out to St. Veronica, Dr. Esther. Yeah, I give a shout out to you and all my friends who are watching, my family members, my dad, mom, my siblings. Welcome to the show.
Wow, thank you. Thank you. And Coach Gabriel.
Yes, sir. I'm very glad to be here today. So hello to the viewers. We are glad to be here and to share some wisdom with you today on where men are stuck. So I would like to appreciate Mr. Joe for having us. And we are ready for the show. I'm Coach Gabriel from Bold Possibilities. I do mentorship and trainings on personal development and self-publishing as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
and what you are not saying is that you are also a relationship coach.
Absolutely.
You will tell us what that entails. You are going to produce the men, because these relationship coaches are telling us that they are men to marry these ladies. And when we call for singles meetings, men are not coming out, Pastor Wamae. And our ladies are stranded. They are asking, where are these men? For your information, even as we set pace for this conversation, next Wednesday, we are hosting some ladies here. We are hosting some ladies here. This house will not host any other man before those ladies come.
Yes.
And speak it as they feel it. Because we are here just to, and that is why I know it's a concern to most of the ladies watching us. They thought possibly we could have invited ladies to talk about this topic. But I thought it's good, first of all, to have men.
Men's perspective.
Men perspective.
Yes.
To just tell us, where are these men?
Yes.
Is it true that there are more women than men in the population, in our country today or in the world? So I want to lay the foundation of this conversation with something that a lady called me sometimes and said, and it got me thinking, Pastor Wamae. This lady calls me from another place, and we are having a conversation and is telling me, Joe Wisdom, I like what you are doing, the meeting you are doing for singles. I run a program called Single Special for single people. And I like what you are doing. I attended one of your meetings. Thank you for empowering and bringing men on board and talking to us about singlehood and how we can develop ourselves and how we can get prepared for marriage. I said, I wish you can get on TikTok and share this information. I wish you can bring us together with some of these men for networking. And I told her, I have a lot of content on TikTok, on YouTube. I have a lot of content. Just go look for Joe Wisdom Talks on TikTok and on YouTube. You see a lot of content. And the lady gave me a feedback that raised a lot of concern on my side. She said, Joe Wisdom, I'm not looking for content. I'm looking for a husband. Now, Pastor Wamae and Coach Gabriel,
Yes.
where are these men? Maybe you can go first.
Yes, these men are there. Men are available. But I think we need now to put into perspective where they are.
Yes.
But men are there. First of all, as you have asked,
Yes.
the population of men and women in the world is equal. We have around
Yeah, so it's not true that it's they say what maybe 3 is to
3
I
is
think
to 1.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. If you check the global population,
Yes.
we have around around 4-point-something billion of men and 4-point-something billion of
I
women.
saw that I did not believe it.
Yes, so we are equal.
Wow.
There's not a huge difference between men and women. So if you don't have your man,
So where is Adam?
stop asking if your rib was cooked. It might be somewhere else hidden, but it is still around. You should be able to find it.
Yes.
But maybe now men are not available in the dating scene as women would want, or even if they are available in the dating scene, they are not available for commitment.
Okay.
And that's the difference. Because as the lady was asking, she's looking for a husband,
Yes.
not a boyfriend,
Yes.
not a friend, not a male friend, a husband,
Yes.
someone who is willing to commit, to transition from a friend into a family man. So what we are missing out is now the men who are willing and ready to commit.
All right.
Yes.
That's what we are lacking.
That is what is now,
Men
that
who are
is
ready
what
to commit.
ladies are looking for.
Okay. A man who is ready
Ready
to commit.
to commit
Okay.
for a marriage. So that is where now we need to come in.
Now, we are live on Facebook and on YouTube. Kindly share this link. Let those girlfriends, those boyfriends, let those guys know. And if you are married, please, there are people who are coming to you for advice. Let them know what is happening on Elevate. Share this kindly. Call them. Let them watch and get help. It will lessen your burden. Pastor Mai,
Yes.
where are these men?
Yeah,
Maybe they're in Gatundu.
Yeah, they are there. They are there.
Yes.
Sincerely speaking, the men are there.
Yes.
Don't be deceived. The men are there.
Yes, sir.
We have a crisis that came about when we started girl child empowerment.
Yes.
I think the girls were lagging behind.
That's true.
That the empowerment needed to be there. There was a lot of abuse. The empowerment needed to be there. But then when that project started, it never stopped. And it never started for the boys.
Okay.
So it came over and overtook the boys.
Boys, yes.
So that now you have women who are very empowered. And then when the man just looks at the woman, I mean,
Has no idea how to deal
you
with
don't know how to deal with the woman. She's more educated than you, she has more resources than you, she has a better job than you, she's more exposed than you. I mean, it becomes a challenge. So like now we have many men, and you know what happens when men get frustrated, they begin doing all manner of things, drinking, drugs.
But does it mean, Pastor Wamae,
Yeah.
that a man can only be a man while dealing with a lesser empowered woman?
No.
All right.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is this, the matrix changes.
Yes, okay.
Because now the command of the man
is minimized.
Is minimized.
Yes.
Because now you find like most of the times the woman is actually the one empowered to pay the bills.
Yes.
And by the way, you know that women feel very uncomfortable when they are paying the bills.
I agree. They get tired very quickly.
Yes.
That's a fact.
Yes, it's a very uncomfortable situation where you need a man.
Yes.
So, because you need a husband,
Yes.
but at the same time, the man is not empowered to sort the bills.
The man becomes a burden.
Yes. So to you,
Yes.
that's a very important statement.
Yes.
one of the reasons why
Yes.
we are having this crisis is because most ladies do not want to bear the burden that comes with marriage.
Okay.
You have a man probably who is not as empowered as you are.
Yes.
And now you have the burden of submitting to him. So it becomes a difficult thing. Yeah, and so you're looking for someone probably who you feel obliged to submit to, because maybe they are more educated than you, they have a better salary than yours. And so what happens is that man is difficult because ashachukuliwa kitambo.
Okay.
The one you're looking for who is above you
Yes.
was sorted long time ago.
Coach Gabriel.
Yes, sir.
You know, they say that when the goalpost shifts, the whole game changes.
Absolutely. And that's where we have the problem.
Yes, sir.
You see, for a man to marry, there are two things that must be okay.
Yes.
The first thing is the financial. His finances must be okay to be able to take care of himself, his wife, and maybe the outcome of the marriage, which might be a child. Then the second thing that must be okay is the relationship. And this is another perspective that I'd like us to put together. So the first issue on finances, we have many men who are a little bit behind us, as what Pastor Wamae has said, in terms of empowerment. So in terms of age, they could be at equal age with women, but their finances are still far behind. So they are not able to commit at the time when the lady is in her prime. But as he gets older, that's when he wants now to get married. By that time, most women have already given up and gotten a child,
Okay.
or quit waiting. And that's the challenge we have now,
That imbalance.
that imbalance of finances. But let us see where the rain started beating us. Earlier on, our parents, a marriage was a community and a family thing. It was not an individual thing. So if a son is born to this family, the father would take care of the dowry.
Yeah.
The community would give the young man a piece of land.
It's actually scriptural.
Yeah, it's actually scriptural. So the man, when he had matured after being a warrior, there was enough resources to allocate him to be able to have a family and to be able to manage a family. Now that has gone. The context has changed. Now we have a man who is coming straight from campus or from college and is expected to take the burden of his home, not of his own first, of his own home,
Yes.
where he has to take care of himself, take care of his brothers and sisters, and sometimes back up the family at home. So it takes a long time for him to build the same resources required now to have a wife. The other second thing is that for a man to get married, he must feel comfortable in the relationship.
Okay.
So he can have a girlfriend, but if the girlfriend keeps on criticizing him
And demands.
and making some demands, this is how a man thinks. Women think fast, but men think deep.
Okay.
And that's the
You-
difference.
You can look at this camera and say those words.
This is the difference between women and men.
Yes.
Women think fast. They can give you quick answers. But men think deep. So they give you long-term answers. So when a man is in a relationship and maybe the girlfriend, sometimes anakasirika, akomude, this is how a man thinks. What is happening now is what I have to live with for 50 years. So if you've been criticizing him, he will not commit. You are in a relationship with him, but he will never say the words. He keeps on waiting and waiting and waiting for the problems in the relationships to
change.
end,
Yes.
so that he can commit. And that's where most people are tied up. That's why we have long relationships. Ni kama degree.
Actually, I find some people telling me that we have dated for with this guy for 6 years. I'm saying, are you doing medicine?
Yes. That's where our girls are starting.
I'm asking, when are you graduating?
It generally doesn't take very long for a man to decide if a woman is worthy of marriage, especially when the man is ready. It takes between 1 and 6 months, and the man is fully aware this is the right woman to get married. When he's taking you for a degree in medicine or in law for 7 years, there is a problem in the relationship, or his finances are not right, or he's planning to exit, and you're thinking that you are with him.
Wow. I think there's no better way of breaking this down as it is happening right here, I want you to write to us because we are live on all social media platforms. I want to know from you what made you, maybe a lady is watching us, why do you feel is the reason, is a good reason why these men are not getting married? What is that good reason? What good reason do you have? Because some of these men are speaking to ladies. Because you are in a good relationship, then the man disappears.
Yes, he leaves.
What made that man leave? Or did he just disappear? Why do you think these men are taking time before they marry? If you are a man watching us, maybe you are a culprit. Why did you leave? Are our ladies having over expectations? Pastor Wamae, are they looking for something that is not there? Because expectation is the mother of frustration. Maybe they are looking for something that is not there in the market. I heard someone say that our ladies are looking for a husband. And husbands are already married. You should be looking for a man who will become your husband.
Naturally, God wired a man to lead. So even a boy, when he's small, begins to take responsibilities very easily. So the minute you take this posture, like huwezi ambiwa, you have your own rules, you have your standards. Straight away, when you take that attitude, the man begins to write you off. So many men are intimidated from the onset, like just certain signals. They are red flags to him. So he will shy away. He will not tell you, I think we can't cope, but he will just begin to withdraw. Pole pole too. And the problem is, a man can take advantage of you without taking you too seriously. And you see, because of the longing to be in a relationship, it's very easy for a lady to be convinced that you mean business. But the minute he sees the red flags, he will withdraw. And probably because of the benefits, he may not tell you, but he's withdrawn from you.
Wow.
So, I think my advice to the ladies is, I think one of the things that our sisters need to learn is how to make a man feel he's a man. You know that woman of Proverbs that one?
Yes.
I have shared this with ladies and nobody wants to be like her. She's an intimidated woman.
You know what they're saying? They're saying, Sisi ndio tuko.
Yeah, but really, the Bible gives us a very good example.
Yes.
She's an industrious woman. She wakes up way before everyone else. She makes her husband to be honored. You know, those kind of things.
Yes.
But now, you know, like there's an element of wanting to belong to without necessarily wanting to pay the cost.
Pay the price,
that goes with it. So then it becomes very difficult for the man. Because the minute the man thinks you will oppress him, as Gabriel has said, he will shy away. He will imagine 50 years from now under this oppression, even in the relationship. And he will withdraw straight away. So I think that aspect of meekness, it needs to be restored. You know, that old traditional wife, even if you're not saying copy-pasting, but there need to be aspects of her that need to be seen in the relationships today. Like, you know, just the way you treat the man in the presence of people, when you are both of you. I mean, we had a visitor in our church, and we went somewhere for dinner with him, and I could see like he's from the West, but I could see like once we are done dining, he's just come. He would take his plate and take it to the kitchen. I mean, that's how it happens in the US. So that's okay. But the African man would probably appreciate, they would see like, this is good. Not necessarily because he can't take it, but the gesture you show him provokes him to feel like this can work for me. I don't have to be under intimidation or feel oppressed. Not necessarily because that is what you will be doing. You know, and I say this with a lot of humility. My wife has changed cups for me every time that she serves me like tea. I will take tea, then I say maybe I need more, she will take the cup and bring me another one. She may do that for other reasons not known to me, but I conclude for myself that she's showing me honor.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah, and that makes me want to do good to her.
Yes, and take more tea, sir.
And take more. So my honest opinion is there needs to be that element, that gesture that shows meekness. The minute you show like you are abrasive, you are this, you know,
Aggression.
Yeah, you show aggression, then straight away the man begins to feel like, I may be tying a rope around my neck.
Now there's this aspect, and there's a teacher who was complaining somewhere, not complaining in a bad way, so that I am not gotten out of context. Was saying that they have an issue with the young parents, especially coming to school to ask the teacher to change the surname of the children. Maybe this child was called John Kipto Mwangi. And now, the mother wants the name Mwangi to be removed from the names, from the registration. And when the teacher asks, why do you want to scrap the name of the father, he says that this man doesn't help this child. How did we get there? That you find a lady, maybe, who have 3 kids, and every kid a different father. All right? Every kid a different father. So they are brothers and sisters, those 3 children, but every child has a different surname. Because at some point, the father pays school fees. So when the father withdraws, you know, many men will not pay school fees if the children don't go with their names. So women are now changing the names of the fathers who are not helping the kids. How did we get there, and what is that problem? How do we sort out that problem? Maybe Gabriel can go first. How did we get there, Gabriel?
Well, first of all, that is utter irresponsibility. We cannot sugarcoat it or marinate it with anything. Yeah, the minute you are having a child with one man, another man, and another man, it just shows that you have reached to a point where you have let yourself let loose of your own morals and character. And even if maybe it's a relationship gone sour, it seems that you have not been healing from the mistakes and changing your course.
Maybe let me help you. Let me help a lady who is watching us, because I don't want this lady to feel like we are insensitive to the battles you have fought in terms of the relationship you've engaged in. This is what happens. A lady finds a gentleman, and they are married possibly, or they are boyfriend, girlfriend. In this context, we are assuming you got married.
Yes.
At some point, it never worked. So, after the relationship no longer works, the lady is desperate, possibly she cannot meet her expenses. Another man comes, very understanding. Men are animals. How can he do this to you? Look at how beautiful you are. My goodness. This man didn't know what he's missed. And let me tell you, this man loves this child. This man loves this child. Actually, every time they meet, he has to give this woman something to take to the kid. And the heart of this lady starts gravitating towards the man.
Yes.
So number one, they say that if you want a woman to love you, love the child.
Yes, yes.
Is the easiest way for the woman to connect to you.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, this woman wants to appreciate this man. And which other way? She cannot give him money because the man is actually supporting. She cannot give him anything. Actually, the only easiest way of appreciation is offering herself as a living sacrifice. And on that part, that is how this lady gets another child.
Yes.
I want us to handle that as we come back from the break. I want to read some few comments from our viewers. Some men don't want responsibility. Muhaki Jerry. Thank you, Muhaki. Thank you. God bless you. Faith Joroge tuned in. Peter Paul, the apostle, Apostle Joe Wisdom. Nilijaribu kikaniramba. I'm sorry my brother, but I'm being empowered around here. George Kemani, I think both sides have a problem in terms of understanding what a family is in terms of responsibilities and importance. Jane Gary, thank you my sister. Thank you my sister. An interesting topic, exactly what we need. Linus Joe here is saying there is an element of wanting to belong to or have without paying the cost. Both genders need some understanding. Zillionaire Jemima as a living sacrifice. She's laughing, please. Coming back shortly. Please share this link. We need more to hear this.
Yeah, no. 2 minutes.